Gotta love when this thing acts up. Well, welcome everyone. So, what I wanted to do today was do a couple more live streams. Maybe we'll start getting into this more. If I get done with this article, I'll probably record. I'll probably do a cover Tomo's video. Some people wanted me to cover some people wanted me to cover other Bleach tubers, so let's do something like that. But today, for right now, I'm just gonna be covering the actual article here because I thought it was interesting. It dropped 6 hours ago. It's by Hannah Collins. I'm not exactly sure how they're grading this, to be honest. Like, if I had to take a guess, it's about like how powerful these girls are like in their own series. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make any sense. So let's just kind of get into it real quick. When talking about powerful anime characters, the big names that always dropped are Ikoku, Ichigo, Naruto, and Luffy. Unsurprisingly, male anime characters are associated with power and eviscerating their enemies with energy blasts. Fair. It is easy to forget that there are also plenty of equally ripped women that could give the men a run for their money in the power rankings. Well, if you're any type of anime fan and you've been around for a decent amount of time, you will know that that's not necessarily true. When it comes to butt kicking, actually one of the first people that always comes to mind, being a Bleach stan, is Yoruichi Shihoin and Unohana. That, for some reason, like their showings have they're plastered in my brain, but not for everybody. From cybernetic police officers to goddesses, some of anime's heaviest hitters. Um, I lost my spot. Hold on. Heaviest hitters are female. Characters across all genres have proven their mettle in battle. That power can be physical, magical, or technological. And the more damage these girls and women have dealt, the more they have solidified themselves as some of the most powerful anime characters. Um, so powerful women often get overlooked in anime, but these female characters stand on their way. So this was updated. I guess it wasn't posted, but let's see what they got. I started reading some of these, and I was like, okay, let's see which character they got on here because I'm definitely interested. Now, when I saw number 25, I was a little taken aback because I'm like, there's plenty of anime out there where you can come up with 25 girls who at least have superpowers. You could just do that in Bleach itself. So to see to see this is like Claire, for example. Like Claire, if Claire's not on here and Nakiri makes it here, like that's kind of crazy to me. Now, however, if this is like in respect to like their own verse, then that's one thing. But I don't think that's the case here. So let's take a look. So Eren and Akira is a force to be reckoned with in Food Wars as the God Tongue. Even chefs who have been in the spotlight for years can be brought down by a single bad review from Erin's taste abilities are so powerful and unique that her word on any dish is law. Many chefs have lost faith in their abilities. I have to say, in like the first like 2 seasons, she's almost first 3 seasons. She's not really like we hear her cooking ability and we do see it, but mostly she is known for her tongue, which might just be a sexual innuendo. But she is important and scaling wise for home verse. She is pretty decent. She's no slouch. Number 24, Maka Alburn. Love this one. Maka is a great character. I don't think there's a character. How do I put it? I don't think there's a character in Soul Eater that's female that's better than her. Because Tsubaki just kind of plays second fiddle to Darkstar too much. And then, like, the only other female character to play off of is the Witch, which is kind of just there for fan service, and then Medusa. And Medusa's a villain. That doesn't like knock her from being a good female character, but still, like, Maka's kind of the only example in the verse, so she should be the best there. Maka Albert is one of the most promising masters in Soul Eater. Though she is the daughter of a prestigious weapon, Maka's skill is all hers as she wields Soul Evans to defeat increasingly terrifying enemies. I'm sorry, every time she whipped out a new, like, when, when she witched out like the witch. I forgot the. I'm already forgetting the names of the attacks. It's been so long since I watched Soul Eater. I think it was the witch scythe, and then like the genie killer or something like that. But each time she whipped those things out, man, it was sick. So doing pretty decent so far. Mikasa Ackerman, I'm confused on why she's so low. Cause like Mako would like drop her. Like there is nothing that Mikasa has for Maka. Like it's confusing. So this has to be like within their own respective verses. But if this is like Mikasa is still like she's like the best female in her verse, not counting like a Titan shifter. So I'm not sure what the idea for the ranking is here. So maybe it'll become a bit more obvious as we get through the video, but it's not completely obvious as to what exactly is being ranked, whether it's like their position in their story compared to other women or what. Attack on Titan may focus on Eren Yeager, but his adopted sister Mikasa Ackerman shines as the better soldier. Facts. Mikasa is great at her job, ranked first out of all the cadets in the 104th Training Corps. Mikasa has killed many Titans by herself, plus more with help, and top military brass have stated that her prowess is equal to that of 100 ordinary soldiers. Mikasa is a one-woman army. She certainly proves us when she takes on Annie Leonhardt, a Titan who swats top-notch soldiers away like flies and lives to tell a tale. What, bro? In her Titan shifting form, she was bopping people. And then on top of that, for me the most like the Mikasa like scene that will always stand out to me most is Eren running at those bullies, and then like they're like we gonna stomp this nigga to the ground, and then out of nowhere, he just kind of like slides from behind him, and they're like, oh, it's Mikasa, and they run. So definitely a thing. Now this cannot be power levels respective to their verse, because if that's true, Asuna should be far higher on this list. Asuna, without like the narrative of Sao, points out at least twice that Asuna might be the best swordsman in the series. Like not counting Kirito's like broken administrative god powers, she just might genuinely just be the best in the series, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. Um so yeah, that's I don't understand this one. When 10,000 players become trapped in the world's biggest VR MMORPG, Sword Art Online, their fate seems sealed. However, for Yuki Asuna, the predicament became her time to shine. By the time Kirito meets her in Sword Art Online's first season, Asuna is already one of the strongest members of the Knights of the Blood Oath. I would say probably only second to Heathcliff. Her adaptness with the rapier earns her the nickname The Flash. Yeah. Desperate to complete the game and escape, Asuna spends 3 to 4 days battling nonstop on the labyrinth's first floor until exhaustion forces her to stop. After partnering with Kirito, the pair leveled up incredibly fast and became the first players to clear the game. Achieving levels in the mid 90s by the end, even as a healer in Elfheim Online, Asuna cannot resist a good fight. So, I'm a little disappointed that you would put this on here and not like show her greatest feat of fighting someone who is there is no delay lag in their skill because they're in the game, and she went toe to toe with that person. Someone Kirito himself admitted that if she were in the game, she probably would have got the dual sword skill. So like Asuna just being that woman in the series, like I feel like you should have added that feat in there. This is an impressive feat from Asuna. All right. Kagura, Gintama. Gintama's Kagura would want audiences to believe she's just a sweet natured girl, but just like her signature parasol gun, there is much more to her than meets the eye. As the daughter of a famous alien hunter, Kagura has a natural gift for fighting and enhanced physical abilities. She might even be the strongest of the Yato tribe. I don't. Okay. When Kagura lets go, her true nature is triggered. Usually, when her friends' lives are threatened. In Yato mode, Kagura becomes monstrously scary. She once killed an enemy in this form by impaling his shoulder and forcing him through a wall in one move. Her best party trick, though, is catching bullets with her mouth. Yeah, I'm not. I guess maybe I'm a little lax on this because I'm just not a big Gintama fan. Um, it's just not my series overall. I guess I would say, but props. Um, Kagura is an entertaining character in the series. Yeah, I don't really got much to say because I just didn't feel like Gintama itself was the best. This hurts my soul. This really hurts. So Sakura Kinomoto, card captor Sakura. Sakura Kinomoto is a little girl with a big secret. Sakura is a card captor. This job is entrusted to her by the great magician Cloud Reed, whose card she must find and seal. Once Sakura captures a card, its power becomes hers to wield. There are 52 cards by the end of the card captor Sakura, giving her an impressive arsenal. Without the cards, Sakura can still sense magical presences, has enhanced senses, clairvoyance, and dreams that predict the future. Sakura is also extremely positive and resilient in the face of challenges. After she converts the Cloud cards to Sakura cards, Sakura ultimately becomes even more powerful than Cloud Reed himself, making her the world's greatest magician. What an iconic series! The best magical girl series. Period. I know Sailor Moon exists. Um, Although I've heard some people not really count Sailor Moon as that. I I I I I think Cardcaptor Sakura is, especially the entire verse itself, like connected to like XX Holic and the Subasa Chronicles. Like there is an entire multiverse of this series that is just fantastic. I don't. I think Cardcaptor Sakura should be higher. She is iconic in this. Like you could argue like Goku, Vegeta of the Magical Girl series. Like it's kind of a crime that she's at 20. This is crazy. No. I wonder if Hannah Collins is really young because there is in no universe does Uraraka deserve to be higher than Sakura. Oh my god. This is I think the first time on this list that I'm just like blown away by no. In the world of My Hero Academia, superpower people greatly outnumber non-superpowered people. Quirks come in all kinds of weird and wonderful forms, with some appearing deceptively benign. Ochako Uraraka's zero gravity is one such quirk. With just a touch, she can nullify the effects of gravity on a person or object, rendering them helpless as they float upwards. If anybody knows anything, taking the effects of gravity off of someone isn't just gonna make them float. But yeah, um, I guess maybe I don't know. I'm gonna have to think that one over. Maybe stop. But either way, Urarakan can cancel the effects by touching her fingers. Her current weight limit is 3 tons, meaning she can drop very heavy things from great heights. Her most impressive feat is the home run comet, which showers her with debris. After training with Gunhead, Uraraka has also the martial arts chops dropping. Okay, so the problem with this is I'm all for. I don't dislike Uraraka at all. I think her going from this selfish ideal of just like it's not selfish. Like she needs the money. That's a very admirable quality. She needs money. Her family doesn't have money, so she's gonna be a hero and spend the money. I am never gonna say anything bad about that. But to say that she's over Sakura, who goes from like being a literal like 12-year-old at the start of the series to an slightly older teen who's more mature, who's been through a lot of battles. Just Uraraka's not at that point in her life yet. Like I appreciate her like being inspired by Deku to be a better hero, but I don't think that holds up with actually Maka, Mikasa, Sakura, several of the women that we've already passed. I'm just glad Claire hasn't popped up because I swear to God, if Claire's not like top 5, we're gonna have a problem. I never watched Beelzebub. Unfortunately, I can't really comment on this. I think the closest I've watched to Beelzebub is Zatch Bell. Sailor Moon. This is a travesty. This is a travesty. Like the top 5 characters better be bleached females. I swear to God. Like there's no way. There's no way Sailor Moon is this low on the list. I guess maybe if you argue like where the series goes towards the end, like with her daughter and the weird like, but that's not her character. Like the weird their daughter falling in love with their dad. Like that's the series. But like that has nothing to do with Sailor herself. Actually, it has nothing to do with the Sailor sisters. Period. All right, this is okay. Usagi Usagi Tsukino is an average high school student, but as Sailor Moon, she is the leader of the Sailor Senshi, a band of superheroes with similarly cosmic names and powers who are tasked with guarding Earth against evil. As their name suggests, Sailor Moon's attacks are lunar powered and draw strength from sound, healing, and love, the strongest force in Sailor Moon. Arguably, Sailor Saturn has the most destructive power of the Senshi with her planet busting silence glaive, but she can only use this once. Sailor Moon's royal identity means she is the only person. Wait, okay, so like, which version are you counting? Because like, I'm pretty sure the her silence glaive isn't holding up to when Sailor fought. What's her name? Oh, of course, I'm drawing a blank right now. Yeah, there's no way. Even with like, even if you're just counting base things, like Sailor should be faster. You got to hit her with that. So that's crazy. Um. Oh, okay. This is a really good pick. I don't know about her being over some of the others on the list, but this is a really good pick. Homura, this Magic Madoka was a series that I knew nothing about. I hadn't even heard about it. And I was just sitting on Netflix like, what do I want to watch today? Magical Girl anime? Why not? I watched Cardcaptor Sakura. I've watched Sailor Moon. This is no different. And oh my god, it's different. It's if like Cardcaptor Sakura and Claymore had a baby. But yeah, um, Magic Madoka puts a dark spin on the magical girl subgenre. It also features some of its most powerful spellcasters. Um, Akemi is a small and unassuming teenager with an incredible gift. She possesses a shield that acts as a time manipulation device. This allows her to pause and reverse the flow of time. Additionally, she can make people immune to the effect by touching them. The shield also doubles as a pocket dimension, weapons cache, hiding countless guns, rocket launchers, ammunition. After Madoka resets the universe, uh, Akemi's power over time becomes power over memories instead, and her shield becomes a black bow. Yeah, this entire series is just crazy, or I guess both series. No, no Kugisaki. Okay. She's not even the strongest in her series. But this is counting anime, so it's not really fair. Actually, I would say this is still not right even if you're only watching the anime because we've met several female characters that are stronger than her. Um you could make the argument, I mean, mock yourself. Easy. Um We've even had some Jujutsu sorcerers who don't have a lot of screen time that should be stronger than Nobara. But yeah, I don't know. But she she is powerful, and I can't wait to see her again in the series. Nobara Kugisaki is as ruthless as she is fun loving. Though she loves to go shopping and have a good time, she has also proven that she will go above and beyond to take down her enemies. She even goes as far as using her straw doll technique on herself to take down a particularly strong cursed spirit named Eso in Jujutsu Kaisen. Kugisaki is still in training, but she easily takes down villains. She's incredibly resourceful and is always aware of her surroundings as strong as she is now. Fans can only imagine the immense power Kugisaki will have as a grade 1 sorcerer. Yeah, yeah, okay. Let's go with that. Powerful grade 1 sorcerer. Let's go with that. Okay. Oh no, 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 no. I need to see who else is on this list. I don't. What? This is this she may be like next to Sailor Moon, next to Cardcaptor Sakura, oh, she might be the most iconic woman in all of anime. I don't know about 14. And if this is a scaling thing, she shouldn't be this high because we're already have had characters who can manipulate time and blow up planets. Major Kusanagi is not that's not her bag. Oh, this is crazy. I'm not sure about this list anymore. I'm really confused. The lead protagonist of the iconic Ghost in the Shell franchise is Major, unless it's like a list about how bad women characters are or female characters are, she should never be anything outside the top 10. Like, this is crazy. Hammer, yeah, I haven't seen her yet. I hope at this point, like, she should be in at least in the top 10. I don't know what I want to skip this. I don't even want to talk about this. The fact that she's so low is just Maybe the live action movie just did her bad. No. Okay, hold on. I may be overreacting simply because we're getting to the point where like every single one of these is gonna be superb women in anime. But the fact that I got Major Kusanagi at 14 and Major General Olivier Armstrong at 13, I don't know who else can be. There's only one other female character I would put over General Armstrong in her own series, and I don't know if Izumi's on the list. So Olivier Mira Armstrong is a major general in the Mestrian army in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. She is not only one of the best soldiers, but also the most ruthless. Olivia has little time for mind games and dissenters and has proven herself merciless when punishing her enemies and her family. Olivia's influence is so strong that she manages to command the rough soldiers at Fort Briggs. Her reputation precedes her so much that enemies fear having to face Fort Briggs in a fight. Olivia is cunning, commanding, and competitive, traits that make her a ruthless, incredibly powerful character. I will say this, I have always wished that she was the one fighting Wrath as opposed to her, Izumi, um, um, and the others. I'm drawing a blank. Her brother and what's his name, fighting Sloth. I would have so preferred her to fight Wrath than to. I'm not sure. So like, if we go back up, Thor, like, there is literally the title of this is 25 most powerful women in anime officially ranked. But then when we look at it, like they have, I don't know, like I don't understand. Like I was thinking at first maybe she's like ranking, like, okay, taking the most powerful female of their series, and then kind of like just scaling like the power difference between that female and the rest of the series. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because the fact that she's at 25 is preposterous when you have like fodder female characters in other series. Like she shouldn't be on the list. And then we get to like someone like Maka, who in a scaling sense would demolish Mikasa. Depending on how you want to scale Sword Art Online, she would demolish Sword Art Online. Kagura, that's not, she's not beating Sakura. Period. Like Ochaka being this high is a crime, even if it's just like um even if it's just like a narrative thing. Sailor Moon, terrible. Being this low. Homura, if it's power scaling, like this is all like Nobura Kugisaki. Nobura Kugisaki can't even like she struggles against like regular grade. I'm sorry, she's like a grade 2 curse would give her trouble, a lot of trouble. So it's like if a grade 2 curse, which we've actually gotten a breakdown in JJK of like the power levels of the graded curses. I think grade 2 curses can be taken out with like heavy artillery, not heavy artillery, just like machine guns and shotgun. So it's like if that's where she scales, like Sailor Moon is out here fighting in the void of space against a being who wants to like collapse the multiverse. And then you have like um card captor Sakura, who's like going to like fighting beings who are going to sunder reality with their magic. So to say that this is a scaling like list would be insane, especially when you have like Major Kusanagi who like caps out at like tank. So it's weird. Um, but yeah, this is crazy. Tatsumaki. I dropped One Punch Man, so I can't really talk. When I saw her, would never say that she's anywhere worth being um with these other women, like not even close. But again, I'm not really in a position to properly give her any type of analysis. So I'm just gonna skip that one. So this is what I'm saying. So now I'm offended because between Big Mom and Tatsumaki, there's no way these two are there is nothing that puts Tatsumaki and Big Mom over those two at all. Period. I don't care. Like I don't care. I don't care Yonko. I don't care about none of that. We're talking about character, and if we're talking about power, it still isn't right. I have no. I'm terrified to see where the rest of this is going. Um, it's clearly not a scaling video, so oh, okay. Looks like the chat wants to hop in. Let's see if we can get everyone in. Looks like the Discord server wants to hop in. Yes, Havoc, that is a W. Thank you, sir. Let's see if we can get these people in here. Mm, you guys are supposed to hop in VC. Come on, man. Eisen, aren't you already in here? Okay, we'll wait for them to hop in the thing. Let's keep going, and we'll just go back over this. So, like, this is Medaka. Is that a typo, or do I not know who Medaka is? Sounds familiar. I don't know why. Yeah, Big Mom. Um, I don't know what about like Big Mom specifically would put her this high. I like there's nothing to me that you could say Big Mom like she's a player narratively by like she's touched a lot of people's stories, but just being a facilitator, like what does that do to get you over someone as like thought provoking as like 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 what about that puts you over Major Kusanagi and Major Armstrong? I don't know. This one is a fantastic pick. I'm surprised to see on here. This woman is so unabashedly evil. She's so vile that like I don't know. It's hard to say anyone is she scared me. In a series that like doesn't do a lot to quote unquote scare you, she scared the daylights out of me. So in Kill la Kill, Ragyo I can never say her last name, is the CEO of the Revox Corporation, chair of Hononji Academy, and the secret evil mastermind behind everything. She was the first human to ever be infused with life fibers, and her alpha matriarchal status allows her to easily overpower others armed with life fiber uniforms, known as Kamui. Right, Ragyo's superhuman abilities make her strong enough to break her daughter Satsuki's Bakuzan. Additionally, she recovers from losing her head in no time at all. Ragyo's most sinister skill is mind stitching, which she lets her sew life fibers into a person's brain so she can work with them as a puppet. She can also fly even in space. Yeah, well, she attached herself to a super alien being. Like she actually was scary, and she was unapologetic in how terrifying she was, and I actually do like that. Do I think her character wise is above just a lot of the other female characters behind her? Not necessarily. I love her unapologetically evilness. And there's a reason behind it. She isn't just evil to be evil, so I appreciate that fact. But to say that she's over the other characters, now scaling wise, she's definitely over some of them. She would clap Uraraka and several other female characters. I don't would could Mak could Maka defeat her with Genie Hunter or Witch Hunter? Hmm. I'm gonna have to look into that. That'd be an interesting matchup. I never thought about putting Kill la Kill against Soul Eater. Yoruichi Shihomi, our first Bleach female character. Bleach is bursting with awesome and powerful people, but Yoruichi Shihomi is among the best. When fans first meet the Shinigami, she's been living as a cat in the human world for a century. Eventually, it's revealed that she was something of a big deal in Soul Society. Something of a big deal. In or out of her feline form, Yoshi is a master of Ho-Ho, Shinpo, Kido, and fighting techniques she made up herself. She is so proficient in hand-to-hand combat, she does not ever need a Zanpakuto. toe. Apart from her use of lightning, Yoroshi is best known for her speed. She can move fast enough to leave an afterimage behind and defeat multiple foes instantaneously, earning her the nickname Flash Goddess. Now, someone went on a trashing Yoroichi tirade. I don't personally. I'm not okay with that. There's going to be no. Madaka is a deliberately written OP anime girl from the series called Madaka Box. See, that sounds familiar, but I don't know why I'm not placing it. That sounds so familiar. Hmm. Alright. But yeah, so this is interesting because Yoruichi is a very interesting character. For someone who wants to be a free soul, she's extremely loyal. And I don't want to hold anything against her because we really haven't gotten her complete story yet. So there's still some room to grow. But I do find it very interesting that she is essentially a cat and yet still extremely loyal. Um, and not to say that cats aren't loyal because I have cats, I know they are, but what's interesting is that's not the usual perception of characters in real life. Usually, if you have a cat inspired character, they're very selfish, very to themselves, and almost generally hedonistic. Yoruichi is similar to that, but there's so much about her that's just interesting. She's interested in teaching people. She wants to be a teacher, but she wants to be free of responsibility. There are a lot of contradicting things about her that make her so intriguing. Um, the one thing that I think is honestly overlooked about her character is that I don't know how to say this properly. It's how she goes about sexuality. I think Tomo talked about this, or maybe it was Imran. I'm not sure, but her sexuality is unique in the sense that Yoruichi is okay with sexualizing herself, but not okay with other people sexualizing her. And that is actually really dope for a female character to have because this sounds weird. It allows Kubo to do the fan service, but it's quote unquote okay because the character herself is deliberately doing it on purpose. And then there's a moment in the manga where it's taken away from her, that power is taken from her, and she reacts pretty poorly to it, rightfully so. And then even in the novels, it's reinforced that she literally would beat people until they lost their memory of that event. That is hilarious. Um, and actually, I think really cool for her character. I might do a Yoruichi video. I feel like she's underappreciated even in the fan base. Boa Hancock over Yoruichi Shihoin is a crime. This is a crime. Known as the Snake Princess of Amazon Lily and with the love devil fruit's power to use people's feelings of desire to turn them to stone, the beautiful Boa Hancock is One Piece's answer to Medusa. She is also one of the show's 7 warlords and captain of the Kujish pirates. In One Piece, reputations are measured in bounties, and her stands at 80 million. Boa's bounty is hardly surprising considering that she casually knocks out scores of pacifistas by herself with the entire Straw Hat crew. Spends 2 years training to defeat just one. While the entire Straw Hat crew spends 2 years training to defeat just one. Boa is also proficient in 2 types of the strange spiritual power hockey, one of which is 1 in a million can master. I'm not okay with this. This is murder. No, 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 no. No, no. Boa Hancock. So I'm mad that Boa Hancock's over Yoruichi Shioin. That's just That's just fact. However, I am more upset that she's over Rakio, that she's over um Armstrong, Kusanagi, Sailor. I just this is no, 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 no. Not even scaling wise does Boa Hancock go over anyone. That's crazy. This is crazy. Okay, you guys are in. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see real quick if we can bring in the other people from the server. Discord. If this thing loads. Hopefully it loads. Mm-mm-mm. Dang. Sorry, my laptop's moving slow today. Oh, wow. We got everyone in. Yeah, I'm live, guys. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, so just to kind of get you caught up with what's going on. I don't know if Ray should come in because I just spoke badly about Boa Hancock. Um, so essentially, what this list is we're not completely sure what this list is. So it's claiming to be the definitive rank of the top 25 women in anime based on power. As stated, 25 most powerful women in anime officially ranked. But as you go through the list, it's all over the place. So like, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Food Wars. Um, Great show. I actually really love it. I'm behind though. I need to catch up. She's a regular human being, and I'm like, oh, you can't see the screen. Okay, so I can try to pull it up. See if I can share my screen real quick. Do, 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 do. Gotta be careful. I don't want my porn to accidentally slip out. That'd be crazy. Share screen. I know, right? I'll be the next. All right, let's go. Window. Huh? Good, good, good. I'm gonna keep trashing Boa Hancock while he's gone. So, as I was saying, I don't know if you guys watch Food Wars, but she's a regular human. The entire series, they're regular humans. They're just chefs. So then when I first saw this, I was like, okay, maybe it's like, dang, maybe I was like, maybe it's taking like the top 25 people, like, how do I put it? Like the top 25 people in their verse, and then just kind of like comparing them to each other from like a perspective of in their verse, like what is the difference between them and the rest of their cast respectively, and that's how they're ranking it. But it's just all over the place, man. It's all over the place. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea. So like number 25 is Arena. So I'm like, okay, but then you could argue she's not the best female chef in the series. So I was like, okay, and then I go to so she yeah, they said her mhm. She has a god tongue, which her palette is the best in the series. Like that has not been as far as I've watched, I haven't watched season 5. 5 is where I think 4 is I think is where I left off. Um as far as I am, like no one actually does have a better palette than her. So like that is a fact, but having the best palette doesn't make you the best chef in this series. Exactly. And then, but then, like when I get to someone like Maka from Soul Eater, comparatively, Maka, like like writing wise, is the best female in her series because there isn't a lot of competition. It's like Tsubaki, which is Dark Star's weapon, and then Medusa. But then, like, you could even still argue that Maka becomes stronger than Medusa, um, or even the Witch because she pulls out Genie Hunter in the series, and Genie Hunter just like smashes a god level character who can defeat death. So, like, so we're already like at a character who can like kill concepts, right? And then the very next character is Mikasa. Exactly. Like Maka fights the Kishin, like the Kishin in the series, like the embodiment of chaos, rage, and like torture, and defeats him. And then we have Mikasa, who like couldn't beat a Titan shifter. Your guess is as good as mine. Like, and then like so I tried thinking of it maybe as like from a writing perspective. Like maybe they're just talking about writing. But then even if I feel like when you look at it like that, I don't like you're not gonna get any argument between these three. Like you could maybe argue that like 25, like she has nothing to do with these two. Like these two are actually well written female characters. But then you get to like Asuna and then not Kagura from Gintama. Sakura Kinimoto. Bro, this is like the this is the definition of like a magical girl anime. She's not. She's not even top 10. That's why I'm so upset. So I was like, so it's not power level. So I just kind of left that. Like, there's no way it's power level. So it has to be writing because I'm like, even if you want to give like Asuna her like feats. Also, when I was reading Asuna's thing, the writer left out Asuna's greatest feat in the series. And it's irritating. It bothers me so much. She she fought someone who has no lag time between their actions in the real world and the game because the girl was artificially she was living in the game. Um and no, no. So there's even if you're attached through the VR set, right? There's like a I forgot what the time they gave. I think it's like a 0.01 delay of like what you want to take in action and the actual action in the game. I forgot what it was, but the one girl doesn't have a lag at all because she's like her brain is in the game as opposed to being attached to it. Asuna beat her in a sword contest, and then even Kirito, like their duel was like off screen and covered in smoke, and like he's like, oh, she's good, and if she was in Sao when we were in Sao, she would have got the dual sword skill, not me. So we're like talking about a character that's as good with a sword as Kirito in that series, and Asuna beat her. I and I'm like there's maybe you guys have seen it. I'm hoping you guys have seen it because there's actually one or two on here that I did not watch. I watched Gintama, but like I dropped it after a while. It wasn't my thing. Um, I talked about Kagura, Cardcaptor Sakura. I watched it from start to finish. I'm watching it again, and then I want to get back into X because this is like a whole multiverse within manga. They have XX Holic, they have Subasa Chronicles. So I want to get back into the series. This as a whole, I fucking love this series. And then this is what offended me more than anything because neither is she narratively, like written wise, better than any girl behind her, nor is Uraraka like power wise better than any girl behind her. The only one she could beat is Erina, and because Erina cooks food, she's a chef. I was so this makes no sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. Thor. Fellow Bleach Power Scaler YouTuber named Eisen's World. I don't know him personally, but I do know who you're talking about. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that because I was gonna do Tomo's video, but like Tomo's content is like very. This is not disrespectful in any way. It's very by the book. So like there really is like I don't really think there's ever anything to analyze except the one video I pulled up because it's like he kind of has to power scale for this one, so I'm actually kind of curious. I don't know if anybody watched the Tomo How Strong Did Sosuke Aizen Get one he just recently dropped. Yeah, I will definitely get to this after I start continue to finally rip apart this article because I was all for it. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a really good article. I get to see some of my favorite women in all of anime, and then like I'm left with like a list of women that just like I don't consider the best even in their own series. I actually did not watch Beelzebub. The closest thing I think I've ever watched to this was like the art style similar to Fairy Tail or like Zatch Bell. That's the closest I've ever gotten to watching this. A little bit, she does, yeah. Also, great job just dropping Order Gairu in the middle of there. It's always a great day for that. All right, that's what I'm saying. So, okay, right? So remember how we said it can't be power, it's got to be narrative? When you read this description, she's talking about power. Usa Usagi Tsukino is an average high school student, but as a Sailor Moon, she is the leader of the Sailor Senshi, a band of superheroes with similarly cosmic names and powers who are tasked with guarding Earth against evil. As her name suggests, Sailor Moon's attacks are lunar, powered, and draw strength from sound, healing, and love. Love being the strongest force in Sailor Moon. I don't know why she said healing and sound because it's love. Arguably, Sailor Saturn has the most destructive power of the Senshi. So, like, right there, we're talking about power. We're not talking about writing or anything else. So now I'm like triply confused right now. Yeah, like she says that Sailor Saturn is a has a planet busting attack, and I'm just like Sailor Moon, like, and I think it was I can't remember which series it was. She battles a woman who's like literally trying to just sunder reality, and she claps her. So I'm just like, what does a planet have to do with this? When you can rip space time apart, like a planet busting attack. Ah, I just and I'm not trying to be mean about it, but I'm just like, if this is true, right? Why is if this is how high she thinks Sailor Moon is? Why is Sailor in front of card card captor Sakura? Why is she in front of Sakura? And then like you have Uraraka, who's like at best like box level, and then I don't even know if she has any powers. So I'm like, exactly. That's got to be what it is. Like, there's no way there was any thought put into this list. Like, and I said it like between Sakura and Sailor, even if it's like just going off like iconic status, like whatever the actual grading scale is, there's no way those two should be outside the top five because they made Magical Girl anime popular. Period. Like They're the Goku and Vegeta of magical girl anime. Period. Um, and then it gets worse when you're talking about planet busting, right? Right here. Well, scaling Magic Madoka is difficult, but this right here is where it gets like offensive. She struggles against grade 2 curses. Grade 2 curses in JJK can be taken out with a shotgun. Or is it grade 3 curses? Grade 2 or grade 3 curses? Oh, that's what I said. I was like, even if you're counting like within her own verse, like you're trying to say she's the strong, she's not even remotely. Even if you're just saying for the women characters, she's still not in the top 5. Oh, like they're the like definition, they're like the template of what like a woman should be. Exactly, Thor. This is a favorite list, not a anything else. So I was actually wanted to talk about that as well. Do you think we're at the point where we can kind of get rid of the term like well written? Because well written just means average. Like they're written well, as in they meet the standard of writing. I feel like we're at a point in time where we shouldn't be asking that anymore. We should be asking whether or not this is a superbly written female character or woman. Like, mm-hmm, actually, I don't think you guys are actually being heard on the live stream. I hope that's not happening again. Talk again? Hmm. Yeah, I don't think you guys been heard. Let me see if I can fix it. Yeah. Hmm. Probably. We had this problem last time and I fixed it. I don't remember what the issue. I know we fixed it last time. Um. Mm, 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 mm. Huh? Yeah, I got you. Appreciate it. Um, Something like that. I'm a very important person. Yeah, I gotta. It's one of those things where I get lazy when it comes to emails. I forgot what I did last time to fix the audio issue. I think it had to do with OBS, if I remember correctly. I hate when that happens. Hmm. Let's see if this works. Try again. Mm. Oh, I don't know. Just because I don't have time. Stuff like that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this problem out another time. I thought we fixed this problem last time. I guess maybe it's a problem I'm gonna have to work with every time I'm on here. But yeah, yeah. So that's another thing. I'm like, so we're already talking about planet busting, and then we stop at like Major Kusanagi, and I'm like, she's like tank level in her in her body. Like that's ridiculous. Yeah, man. Like you're talking about a character that should just be walking around like. This list got like way out of hand, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah. I was saying right before we jumped on that I actually really wish she fought um against Wrath as opposed to Sloth, because I don't think it helped. Like fighting Sloth did nothing for her character because all it did was like put her like against Izumi Curtis, and nobody does well against Izumi Curtis. Yeah, it's like yeah. No, like it's one of those things that like when it comes to like certain it's weird because like I feel like every female character is written well, but like at the very end is when the female character is gonna get pushed like to the side, which just felt weird. Now I know it was like very personal for Al and Ed to fight father and stuff like that, but it's just weird to me that like the female characters were so pivotal the entire series and like almost every major arc. And then in the very like ending, they're kind of a non-factor. But like that's like a very like nitpicky criticism to levy at Full Metal Alchemist, a series that's like almost perfect. Now this is what started to like annoy me. I wasn't gonna talk about Tatsumaki because I just don't like I don't talk about One Punch Man. I just feel like that invites toxicity. But yeah, thank you, Eisen, for talking in the chat. That we have some issues with the server in the Discord. But yeah, the no, so you know what actually irritates me the most about this list? I think this person is very clearly a One Piece fan because not only is One Piece so far the only series to have more than one person on it, like it's not even arguably the two better female characters from the series. It's Boa Hancock and Big Mom. And I was sitting there trying. I was no, I'm this is why I was talking smack. Yeah, it should be better, right? Yeah, it should be better now. Thank you. Yeah, I clicked on it was double capturing my audio, so it's making me sound like a robot. I need to work these problems better out with my stream. But yeah, no, like so this is my thing. Like Big Mom, I was talking about like Big Mom is a character who's in every other character story, but she's not like the person in any story. Like she's part of people's backstories, but like that's it, right? Doesn't she have a relationship with Crocodile? I thought her and Crocodile had a deal. Am I misremembering that? Yeah, but and that's my thing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing about Big Mom in and of herself. Like, okay, power wise, I'm not even gonna talk about. Like, there's no way she's over Sailor, but whatever. And then you get to like, and then I'm like, even if you're talking about character writing, like Big Mom has no business being over anyone. Now, the fact that I mm, better than like so would you say that Big Mom is better than like complete characters like Sailor? Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's fair. So I can't answer that question. Gotcha. If Kaguya is on this list, I will click off and end the stream. I swear. Now we're on seven. This is Ezra Scott. Like, I don't think Urza being on this list is bad at all. Like, even if we're talking power or character writing, like, I think she can make 25. Now, is there like some obscure anime that has like some female character that's like universe buster? Sure. Can you hear me? Bambiette is not going to be on here, I wish. But yeah, I was saying that like there might be some like obscure female character in anime, like from some like side series that's like a universe buster they could put on this list. So like Urza might not get on the list like that way, but like we're talking about just mainstream stuff. Like Urza belongs on this list. Period. Whether it's like power or writing, I can agree with that. Um, now, no, 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 not at all. I will say her back. I will say though, maybe her backstory could get her higher than Yoruichi just because we don't know enough about Yoruichi yet. Which I yeah. Yeah. Now I'm actually surprised. Like, well, yeah. Go talk about the fairy tale thing. Like, I think Urza's like relationship with like Jalal and that whole whatever funky split personality like versions of himself. Like that storyline was like in and of itself interesting, but I think that's kind of where it stops for Urza. And then like here at like number six, you have like Android 18, and this is one of those things again where I'm just like, you could very much argue that like power wise, it's a good pick, but writing wise, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Yeah, I would say I don't know if you guys have watched Kill a Kill, but this woman is an unapologetic oh regular, like she is an unapologetic like monster. She like she's a fantastic villain from that series. So like seeing Android 18 over her is kind of offensive. Now if we're counting GT Android 18 where she gets a bit better characterization, I think it'd be different, but this looks like it's like literally only talking up to the Buu saga. So, yeah. I don't know about this one. All right, number 5, Nez. Oh my fucking god. Oh my goodness. Why is Nezuko on here? What? No, no, no. Even with the manga, no. Not even close. Oh. Oh my goodness. What there's nothing about Nezuko that makes her like, aside from the fact that she holds off her demon urges, even though several points in the story she doesn't. Um, what about Nezuko makes her pinnacle of womanhood? Maybe because I'm a dude, I don't understand, but I don't get this pick at all. I really don't. She's a girl. She's a little girl, yeah. Yep, she's inside of a backpack. Like she's cute. Like, and when they have the scenes where she's playing up like she's like a little toddler, like that's cute. But outside of that, what makes her like top 25 women in all of anime? Because the only time you ever see her as a woman is arguably her adult demon form, which I still would argue she's still underage. And then you get to like one scene, if I remember correctly, where we see her as an adult. One panel. Yeah. Yeah, no, she doesn't even make time. What the? No, Nezuko is most definitely not the best woman in her verse. I am Setsuna. Oh, my bad. I my bad. I said her name, not Toriko is what she's from. Yes, thank you. I don't know why I said. Yeah. It's another chef battles food battle series, but like actually more like battle series than cooking. It's like the opposite of what Food Wars is. This is so actually okay, first of all, dude in the chat called this. He said the super women would be on here, and this is nonsense. There is this is so stupid. Wow, you did not call. Oh my god. You did not call I forgot dude's name. Cobble? Cable? Caleb? A chick. That's grimy. They kind of do. This is actually genuinely bad to put them up here. They're notorious. These characters are notorious for being bad. The heck is going on? This is okay. This isn't a bad pick. She's not strong, like crazy strong, but like this is a decent pick. Is she y- really? Oh my god. It's it's very okay. The opening scene is crazy. The opening of the series is crazy. The rest of the show itself is kind of slow. Thor said, "Whoa, I didn't actually think they would be on the list." Is it interesting? I'd say so. It's a darker anime version. I think actually it's very accurate to say what this is like. Elfen Lied is a controversial anime that inspired Eleven's character in Stranger Things. Like that is an accurate statement. The difference is the difference is that this show is far darker than Stranger Things. It's horror. Oh my god, no way. Oh my god. There's no. All right, stream's over, guys. Stream. I promised. I said it would be over. This I can't fucking believe this. uh Out of like this is one of those things where like you don't want to say, "Oh, this invalidates your take." This quite literally I think invalidates the takes on this. Like they were already terrible, but this Kaguya Otsutsuki at number 1, whether it be power, whether it be writing, whether it be an example of womanhood, like she meets none of those criteria. I don't know. I'm so at a loss for words. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Let me read. So the only thing that can stop Super Saiyans and psychic. Oh my god, I can't. I can't read this. I can't. Oh my god. The only thing that can top Super Saiyans and psychic mutants is an actual goddess, or as close to one as Naruto gets. Kaguya Otsutsuki is a celestial being who existed before the hidden villages. She sought to bring an end to the constant war by eating the gods. She, okay, you're trying to make her sound benevolent. This woman was selfish as hell. She wasn't like doing this to be a benevolent person. She didn't eat the fruits because she was a good person. Stop. Oh my god. And uniting people in fear of her, and it worked. Even before the rabbit goddess became the first chakra user on Earth and merged with the god tree, she could travel through space, hypnotize people, wipe memories, emit deadly beams of energy from her eyes, read thoughts and emotions, control the natural environment. Post fruit, she absorbed any technique, and if she does get hit, she can self heal. Hmm. I don't know. You could actually very seriously argue that um that Lucy could kill her cuz vectors vectors don't run on chakra. So like she shouldn't be able to see it. Yeah, like yeah, but like my thing is that like at strongest like Lucy is like island level because her vector saved her life from a missile that blew up an entire island. So like but my thing is that like the vectors like seem to ignore durability. And I don't know. I This is ridiculous. Like I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Like I don't understand. Like Kaguya Otsutsuki is notoriously like disliked in the community, even in her own community. I don't I don't get it. My favorite woman in anime is the one woman on this series who is like probably the most selfish aside from like Ragyo. But the fact that Ragyo made top 10 also is just like a travesty because she's not like neither of these women like I would never like look at my child and be like you should model yourself after this woman. And then like she's not the strongest in her verse. You could argue she's the strongest female because like there's been no other female Otsutsuki. Maybe what's her name from Boruto? Um no, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on her name. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The yeah. Who says Naruto has the best female characters? That is what? It's not. Is there a single wholesome Naruto relationship? I like Sela of the Nine Demon Gates and Fairy Tale better than freaking Kaguya of all ladies. That is oh my god, that's factual as hell. I think if I had to like I couldn't even rearrange this list in any feasible way because there are so many people who are all over the place. Oh, now my thing just doesn't even want to respond to me. My even my laptop's upset. That's still a crime. Like the scariest, like I think the one that's like that bothers me the most out of all of them is the fact that like if you're on any type of like social media, like how you said like earlier, Zed, like Sailor Moon has now because of her fan base, they have pushed and pushed and like it's almost like an accepted fact now that like Goku doesn't solo, right? For you to miss that, you have to be outside of the community, or at least like the online community. But as a writer, that's the one thing you should really be tapped into, right? Like, I feel like that's the one thing you should be mostly to. They must have. Actually, this was updated, mind you. I forgot to mention that. This was updated. Updated by Alexandra Locke from the original writer Hannah Collins. Powerful women often get overlooked in anime, but these female characters stand out anyway. Their strength and powers are so incredible that they are beloved and feared for their abilities. As the number of fantastic female characters grows, this article has been updated to include even more of anime's favorite is there comments for these? I hope not. They're probably toxic. That's true. Most of them probably live in their basement. 10 strong and silent anime. Why? Why is she? Never mind. Ignore it. Where are the comments? I'm not gonna get sucked into another one. Do you see comments? I see related topics, authors. Okay, can we talk about why like she's on here? I don't understand. This makes no sense. Okay. That was fantastic. Let me see if I can fix this audio thing real quick. I'm gonna end this live stream real quick, and then I'm gonna see if I can fix this audio thing, and then we'll try to do Tomo's video if I can get this thing up and running. I gotta update my stuff, man. Laptop's lagging hard. Not me. What'd you say?